dismally because he's trying to appease Kevin instead of coaching the team. You got other players that can play. We talked about Amen. We talked about Vari. We talked about Reed Shepard. He only took 4 shots. It's the only other shot maker that you have on the floor that can actually ease off the tension that Kevin is receiving from his doubles. And then you got Sam Cole, who's supposed to be your brightest spot. When you talk about your number 2. He looked trash last night. I ain't never seen a player look as bad as he looked last night in situations where you're supposed to take advantage of mismatches out of the fucking double team. He passed you the ball, you pump faking and doing all this, Marcus Smart in front of you, and certain guys that are just like, bro, go up, right? And so Kevin has to be frustrated with seeing that his window is closing from getting the ball and getting it back. How do I get the ball, give it up, and get it back and be in scoring position? And that's hard to do when your team don't know what to do on the backside. And we're not scoring. So you got to commend the Lakers on taking advantage of the chess match that's going on between Ime and JJ. And then you would say that LeBron and KD matchup should be favorable based on the history. And LeBron, like, I got a better team. My whole team ain't even here. I'm showing you what it looks like if me and you didn't have Steph and Kyrie, and we just had a bunch of motherfucking role players. Like, this is what it looks like with me out here commanding this, and this is what it looks like with you over here commanding this. You got you, because you ain't gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my head down, I'm gonna back these motherfuckers down, I'm gonna make them foul, I'm gonna pass. LeBron did shit that we seen Magic Johnson do in situations where you either gonna come get me or I'm gonna pass it. One of them, I'm gonna score, I'm gonna do something. And that just shows the genius of Bron. You know, he's always been the type of guy that can do things like that. But when you talk about putting KD top 10, you talk about giving him the credit he deserves for being a scorer, man, this is complete player shit now. You gotta be complete player shit now. This is show up and dissect the game and not just I'm a bucket, I'm a hoop.
It was. It's time for you. He need to hit the fucking button. He said himself, I got hit the fucking button. Right? You got guys limited out there, you gotta do more, right? Shooting over 2, shooting over 3, attacking at times, forcing the issue. You can't have 5 shots in the half, right? No. Like then you can't, like not on that team. Like it was efficient in the first half, right? You gotta bucket button, bro. Like go through somebody, run somebody over instead of backing up. Like,
Is he scared that he's the fucking button? No, he doesn't like Steph Curry that game. Yeah, one leg. Yeah. Fuck it.
We're gonna win or lose.
Has he ever hit the fucking button?
We're gonna win or lose.
Has he ever hit the fucking button? I don't think he's ever hit it. Yeah.
We're gonna win or lose with this right here. So,
AC. He was.
What you about to say?
So now, back to the bullshit, like, live from New York, it's the show that had to remind themselves, they're not actually a Houston Rockets fan.
Yes, you are.
Why am I so upset?
Been on the Rockets for years.
But I was upset like they're my childhood team. I started to get mad.
And not only that, but who's your guy?
He needs to toughen up. We're in the playoffs. So, please, I called it. Okay? Stop.
And
I'm not from Houston.
yes, but you
We have
also
one copyright, and I'm like, all in.
yeah, you also know you were contagious, and you yelled at me every time I included Lakers in Title V. You thought it was outrageous that they could have a chance in this series, and yesterday you called for a Rockets blowout, not win, blowout rout.
Ime's like, we did a good job on defense. Okay, buddy, can we score some points?
This isn't the Ime Udoka.
I don't know how.
He's a little too.
I told you would think that they won the game.
I told you this game one was gonna be like Darvin Ham's. Oh, we got a plan for you. If it was Rui and you laughed about it for years. after they lost game one, he's like, no, we figured something out. You guys were all like, oh, shot quality Lakers.
We gotta make shots.
The adjustment was we're getting Durant back.
Starting in San Antonio, Wemby lost his balance. His head suffered concussion. He's in the protocol. Out at least 48 hours. Probably before Game 3 is Friday in Portland. Spurs also that gave up the point. Series tied 1-1.
Well, first I gotta say, look, understanding the seriousness of a concussion, I'm glad and a bit surprised. That's all.
And he didn't break his jaw.
Like, I've never seen an NBA player get their, face first
Like that.
Like,
And it
happens. You can see it in the back a lot of times, but the fact that he didn't break his jaw, mess up his cheek, whatever, but that was fortunate. He ran off. He probably didn't know what he was doing, but he ran off. I guess you could think, oh, that's maybe a good sign. But I think he's definitely missing game 3.
Yes.
Because the other thing is they have to block. So even if he's improving, is he able to block? I think game 4 is in series, Jeff, like Sunday. I think the average for NBA players from concussion is 7 to 10 days. 7 days would be game 5. Now, with all that said, I do think the Spurs still should win the series. Even if he would have been the rest of the series, I think it's been back. Young teams with a little bit of veteran on both teams going at it. And they would not have the best player on the floor. Like, when he's not on it, it's obvious the best player.
Even though he won last night.
Right. He's the best player. So that was a bad loss because if you're up 2-0, they're going to win the series. You could even rest them a little longer. I think the proper split in Portland. We'd all talked about all season. They were pretty good without Wendy. They were 12-7. So that's a 52 win pace. That's 5th, 6th seed. Still better than Portland. They should still win this series. And if they could somehow take both games in Portland, then you can rest Wemby a little longer if you need to. I do quickly, Nick, have 3 big, kind of macro takeaways from this.
Okay. Yeah.
The first is that this adversity is good for the young Spurs.
Oh.
I really think that, obviously you don't want him to get hurt, but I think this is how you grow in the playoffs. Like, this is something that they didn't grow last night. They had the game, they were up 14 with 8.5 minutes left and gave it away. Right, so this is something they can learn from. Wemby appears to be fine in the playoffs with the 35 in his debut. Secondly, if they lose in this postseason, the Spurs, I would rather it be Wemby's playing, they just get beat by a better team, or they're too young and they don't play up to their
Totally agree.
right?
Rather
Rather than him, because if he's out, let's say he doesn't come back this year and they lose. I think it sets you back because next year now becomes about can Wemby stay healthy through the regular season and the playoffs.
Okay.
So it sets you back. And then the third takeaway, Nick, and we're going to get into this in a few.
We all do. You see a line of ones that didn't like it with it. Even crazy. So folks stick with insurance that keeps them waiting around to find a claim while guideposts can install the they or not. What are you waiting for?
No one knows.
It feels good to step out of line. It feels good to Geico.
Bro, the level just started. We're already getting overrun. I gotta take these guys out. Build this crossbow tower as fast as possible. I don't even think I have a choice. Quickly. Ooh, that was close, but that should take care of things. Wait, never mind. More guys. I should have saw that coming. Anyway, we can't handle this without a second crossbow tower and maybe a wall to block the enemy's path too. That should hold us. Wait, now we have these big beefers coming? When does it end? This is King Shot, a tower defense and base building strategy game that just came out recently and is already top 5 in strategy games with over $1 million. King Shot combines strategy, exploration, resource management, PvP, and PvE battles, plus a whole lot more. I suggest you give it a try if you think you have a shot at becoming a king, that is.
What a tough break for the Lakers that they fell to 4. Because if they beat you,
Except I don't know that the Lakers would be up 2-0 on Minnesota.
well, that's
You know what I mean?
that's a good.
So that's
But if you're right. But if
they were in this
Spurs
position.
appears to be a better matchup
Yeah.
than the Thunder.
So
But
I
yeah,
thought the
Minnesota
same
would have
thing,
been-
but then I was like, I don't think Minnesota
Right.
would be. With given
They
the
wouldn't
commitment,
like you.
I don't think they would have had that. All right, I want to talk about this series and then Wemby big picture. So I'm going to show 3 graphics about kind of the good and the bad about the Spurs chances in this series. Because here is, we all, I think, expect Wemby to miss the 2 games in 4. I think it's on the board. They just don't fly. You know what I mean?
I think that's like
They just stay like they hope he's ready for Game 5, and they don't risk setting him back by making that's a long flight, San Antonio to Portland. They get to take a plane. I think Portland's are on a bus now or something.
oh my god, enough with
Enough
with the
tension.
Oh my
Sorry.
You're not going
well, you don't have a Blazers t-shirt.
Well,
You just don't come to the game.
People
That is a prerequisite.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Making your masseuse check out of the team hotel early. She's
Right,
taking a lot.
right.
Give me a break. Now, to the point at hand. They could lose the next 2. Portland's good. And we saw the Spurs youth on display at the end last night, and it was extra concerning because they lost without Avdia playing. And if you're down 3-1, even with Wemby coming back, you're in real trouble. Here's where Spurs fans should be honest. They actually have been it's it's limited, but on court, their net rating is weird. Their net rating is positive, but they've actually been outscored by 3 points when he's on the court. When he's off the court, they've outscored the Blazers by 13. So they've been more than held their own very small sample. But all of a sudden, KW, it makes your guy, Luke Cornett, the most important San Antonio Spur. And this was part of the Game 82 piece. So this is this series. If you have one of your 2 big men on the court, the Spurs are dominating. In the very limited 9 minutes that they've both been off, they've been getting crushed. But that was true for the regular season as well. And Cornett is not going to play for you. So the reason the Game 82 thing against Denver, they sat Wemby and Cornett. And it's like, oh, well, you've been getting killed in this circumstance all year. That is a major concern I would have for the Spurs. Cornett, if Clingan can get Cornett in foul trouble, or if Cornett, just goes from being a guy playing 15, 20 minutes a game, or even a game when Wemby's out, 30 minutes a game, you need him to play 35, and because the Spurs, it's almost, my hypothesis is, the defenders all year have almost been programmed to guard in a way where it's like we've got great rim protection. So if all year long they had been on a bad rim protection team, maybe they'd be more accustomed to, we can't pressure so much. But there's so many bad that safety blanket that when that team doesn't have a big man on the court, they get shredded. So that would be my concern. Then I have the Wemby question before we get to Lakers. This is the worry of anybody that is someone we've never seen. In that, and again, I think this is totally fair, and I don't think there's anyone else in the league that would have fallen. Where you almost, I know it sounds weird, where you would have enough time between when your hips hit the ground and your face hit the ground. Where you could get that momentum. I know it sounds crazy, but you know what I mean?
I've never seen it. I don't know.
I don't know it either, but it just feels, it feels like,
felt unique.
yeah, it felt freak, but it felt unique to a guy his size. Like that, it was just, I've never seen a guy, like you said, fall like that and have that type of impact. And when we have seen guys fall, usually there's not, your head's not going as fast. But so I'm not a physicist, but it just felt like, yeah, that's a weird injury, and those are the concerns for a guy who is that tall, that many, because he was kind of recreating the play
He does that a lot.
Right, the play that made
Spin
Duncan
move at
and
the elbow,
Robinson,
though.
yeah.
You haven't seen tall guys.
No, but he did it in game one. That was the play that Duncan and Robinson were like, oh my God, like it's just,
I mean, the bigger point you've made is he has had battled injuries.
yes.
That was a freakish one, you know, last year with the blood clot. Like, that's kind of a unique thing. You know, we just
It
got
worries you.
Yeah, but they're injuries that it's not like, man, his knee just won't be right or his
No.
lower extremities. It's just kind of freakish things.
Yeah.
And maybe that's because he's so athletic doing all this guard type stuff.
All right, game 3 is on Friday. We're going to head out to LA where LeBron was